Memphis Redbirds baseball on a Saturday night here in downtown Memphis, Tennessee. Game 5 of the 6-game series between the Memphis Redbirds and the Gwinnett Stripers. Hello everyone, welcome to AutoZone Park. Alex Coy with you here on Valley Live. So glad you could join us for Redbirds baseball. Second night of September. Memphis coming in at 63 and 67. Stripers at 60 and 68. Gwinnett has taken the last two games in this series, both in extra innings in 10. 4 runs in the top of the 10th on Thursday night to give the Stripers a win. 2 runs in the top of the 10th last night to give Gwinnett a win in front of 5,500 Memphis Redbirds fans. Pitching matchup tonight, it's Michael McGreevy against Jared Schuster on the mound. McGreevy 8-5 with a 4.55 ERA. Schuster at 4-5 with a 5.77 earned run average. This one his 14th start at AAA this season. As the Redbirds get ready to take the field here on this Saturday night, let's give you the lineup. Start with the Gwinnett Stripers. Brandon Shoemake up to the leadoff spot. He's at second base. Vaughn Grissom plays short, bats second. Jesus Aguilar, the designated hitter, will bat third. Chandler Trump, the catcher, the cleanup batter. First baseman Drew Lugbauer bats fifth. Hoyt Park in the sixth hole in right field. Dalton Guthrie in the seventh spot at left. Third baseman Daniel Robertson, his first action of the series and first action since being activated yesterday from the developmental list. He bats eighth, and Magnera Sierra in center field will bat ninth for Matt Tuiaso's Sopo's squad, with Jared Schuster on the mound. Again, the Stripers 60 and 68 on this 2023 season. They are 31 and 36 away from Coolray Field, their home ballpark. How about for the Memphis Redbirds? Ben Johnson leads the squad, a 63 and 67 record for Memphis, 27 and 40 here at AutoZone Park. Jose Fermin leads off at second base. Cesar Prieto at third. He bats second. Ivan Herrera, the catcher, will back in the lineup tonight. He's the 3-hole hitter. Our Nobody Trashes Tennessee cleanup man tonight is left fielder Juan Yepes, his first start in the outfield in this series. Moises Gomez down at right bats fifth. Junio Caracuto at first base sixth. Center fielder Chase Pender at the 7-hole. Nick Raposo will be tonight's DH. He bats eighth. And Kramer Robertson back in the infield after a rare start at left last night. He plays shortstop and rounds out the 9 for the Memphis Redbirds. On the mound for Memphis, it's Michael McGreevy, the right-handed starter. Again, 8-5 with a 4.55 ERA. 110 2/3 innings pitched here at AAA. His first pitch is at the top of the zone, called a strike. Underway 3 minutes after scheduled time at 6:38 p.m. Final fireworks Saturday of the season in 2023. Next one is upstairs as well, but cut on and missed. It's 0-2. Shoemake, the second baseman and leadoff batter for tonight's ball game for the Stripers, wearing gray uniforms top and bottom. Back foot breaking ball, skips off Herrera. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Umpire and crew for tonight's ball game. Dylan Wilson behind home plate. He'll call balls and strikes unless challenged. Raul Moreno down the line at first, and our crew chief Robert Nunez will have the third base line. 1 ball and 2 strike count for McGreevy against Shoemake. Goes breaking ball low and away with the slider. Gets strike 3 on a swing and miss from Shoemake. 1 batter faced, 1 strikeout, the 84th strikeout of this 2023 season for McGreevy. Well under 1 strikeout per inning pitch, but he wastes no time to get his first strikeout of this first inning. Shoemake, and sets up Vaughn Grissom. 1 out, nobody on. Next pitch low and away for a ball. Grissom has been phenomenal in this series for the Stripers and phenomenal all season. Swings and misses there. 1-1 count. .331 batting average, 8 home runs and 58 driven in at AAA. Was optioned just before the first game in this series. Takes one outside. 2 balls and a strike. McGreevy's still working out of the windup. 1 out into this ball game. Grissom watches a fastball missing low. Sinker slider combo for the right-handed pitcher McGravy, working on that four seam to attack the top of the zone. Does have a changeup as well. It's 3-1. That is at the knees, strike two. Last night Grissom was 3 for 5. He had a home run and an RBI double in the ball game. Added a single in the ninth inning. 3-2 pitch. That one is on the ground up the middle. A backhand by Fermin, the second baseman. Throw is wayward. It is going to stay in play. We'll see how they score it as Grissom was hustling down the line on the bouncing ball. The slow roller turns into a runner at first with one down.
Next up, the man for the Strikers, number 55, Jesus Aguilar.
That sets up Jesus Aguilar. They're going to give a base hit to Vaughn Grissom. 5 hops, a bouncing ball up the middle. It was the second baseman Fermin to get to that baseball before the shortstop Kramer Robertson. And Grissom beats out the throw that was not caught by first baseman Karakuto. This one is a swipe tag on the pickoff attempt, just back with a dive. In time as Raul Moreno, the first base umpire, says Grissom is safe on the first pickoff attempt. McGravy out of the stretch for the first time tonight. Runner at first and one down here in the top of the first inning. Breaking ball is low and away to Aguilar, the designated hitter. 1 for 3 last night. He walked once as well. Was lifted in the 10th inning for a pinch runner. Magneuris Sierra ran for him and came in to score. 1-0 pitch from McGravy. Just a piece as it's fouled away. 93-mile-an-hour sinker. Redbirds and Stripers for the 20th time on this 2023 season. Fifteen times here at AutoZone Park this season. One more tomorrow after tonight's game. Good fastball at the knees for strike 1 and 2. Redbirds took all 6 this year at Coolray Field. That was the second road trip of the season for Memphis. Back in April. 1-2 pitch from McGravy. That's outside. Aguilar does not have an extra base hit in the series. Swings and misses, strike 3. Both outs in the frame. Swinging strikes. And Aguilar, out number 2.
Number 14, Chadwick Trump.
This is the second start of the season for McGravy against Gwinnett back on the 19th of May. 5 2/3, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. A season high 103 pitches in that ball game. Now it's Chadwick Trump, the opposing catcher, takes one low and away. Grissom, the runner at first base, 11 steals this season. And they try to get him in scoring position with 2 down. His single on the infield, the only ball put in play as McGravy checks on him again. Drop had the night off last night, takes it low. Last game he played on Thursday, a solo home run in the 6th inning. At the time gave Gwinnett a 2-1 lead. They ended up winning that game 7-3 in extras. Next pitch missed low and away. It's a 3-0 count on the catcher. McGravy just 15 walks this entire season. Another check on Grissom at first. He was barely off the bag. It's the second pickoff attempt of this plate appearance, so he will have no more. 3-0. That's Anthony as a strike. On the corner strike on the 3-1. Tromp took a step out of the batter's box, thought it was ball 4 instead of full count. Now Michael can get out of this first inning, stranding the run at first base. And Vaughn Grissom, the infield single earlier in this inning. Both outs, strikeouts. One of Shoemake, one of Aguilar. Bouncing ball towards short. Kramer collects, throws to first, and in time to end the inning. Scoreless first for Michael McGreevy. Strikes out 2. Bottom 1 next. Scoreless top of the first. Michael McGreevy strikes out 2. Strands 1. A single to Grissom. Now the Redbirds at the plate against Jared Schuster, the left-handed pitcher. Very talented left-handed arm. His 13th start here at AAA this season. This is Jose Fermin to lead off this inning as that pop foul and out of play. Schuster on the year, 4 and 5, a 5.77 earned run average, 64 innings at AAA. Slapped the other way, base hit for Fermin. Catch the dive of first baseman Drew Lugbauer. The Redbirds have the leadoff runner on base here in the first. 3-game hit streak now for Jose Fermin, and he gets on in front of Cesar Prieto to start this inning. It's fouled back. Prieto again sprinting through the box, preparing to bunt. He's done that a handful of times in this series and has not been able to put one down doing that just yet. Guy that has tremendous bat to ball skills, a .310 average here at AAA. Done that on the first pitch of plate appearances each game in this series. That's up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fermin runs at first, stole his first AAA bag this season last night. 2-hole man Cesar Prieto. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Swing and miss. Wind slightly blowing in straight from center field. Official game time temperature 85 degrees. It is very humid tonight, partly cloudy. 15-mile-an-hour breeze in from center. 1-2 on the ground towards second. Shoemake shovels to Grissom on to first, and a double play. Prieto just unable to beat it out. And the strong middle infield of the Gwinnett Stripers turns yet another double play, and that erases the leadoff single from Jose Fermin. 4, 6, and 3. That's what can happen when you have 2 shortstops playing up the middle. Doesn't matter who it's hit to. Likely you're going to get to. Ivan Herrera steps to the plate now. Herrera, the catcher, he's 0 for 1, rather 0 for 9 lifetime against Schuster with 1 walk. And he takes the first pitch up and away. Ivan had the night off in last night's game. As Trace Pereira had the catching duties for Connor Thomas. Herrera played in each of the first 3 games of the set though. 2-0. That's fouled down the right field line. To 1. Popped up down the right field line and out of play once again. On the 23-year-old catcher from Panama City, Panama. 2-2 pitch, takes it on the corner, called strike 3. 1-out challenge, and a scoreless inning for Jared Schuster. Left-handed hitting Drew Lugbauer will start this second inning for the Gwinnett Stripers. Michael McGreevy on the mound, 2 strikeouts through 1, allowed 1 hit, stranded that hit at first base. Each team with a base hit in that first inning. Neither team brought that hit home. Redbirds bounced into a 6-4-3 double play to erase their base hit. As the next pitch misses on the outside corner, but upon appeal to Robert Nunez, the crew chief, Lugbauer did go around. So it's a 1-1 count. Fastball misses up and away. McGreevy working quickly tonight. Loves to keep the ball on the ground. A very similar approach to last night's starter Connor Thomas, but currently the last batter of last inning and the first batter of this one, it's McGreevy struggling to finish his pitch entirely. Fires that one, that misses up and away as well from the right-handed pitcher to the left-handed batter. Big swing and miss, a challenging fastball, 3-2. Two's fouled away. Bauer at first base. Appeared off the bench in last night's game. Swings and misses at strike 3 here. A 93-mile-an-hour fastball from McGreevy. Struck out through 3 through an inning and a third. And sets up Hoyt Park with 1 out and nobody on. Season high in strikeouts for Michael McGreevy this season. With the early number of 3 already, he's had 9 in one game. Pitch is called a strike. McGreevy still working out of the windup. Facing the left-handed hitting Hoyt Park. Looping liner, shallow center. Shortstop Kramer Robertson there for the second out. There's not been much strong contact. In fact, that's the only ball that has reached past the infield dirt tonight. The infield single of Vaughn Grissom was in front of the second base bag in the first inning. Dalton Guthrie, right-handed hitter. Takes it low and in. Guthrie in left field. Same spot for him as last night. Pops that one out of play. Guthrie batted 8th. He was 2 for 5 with the run scored. Hitting .263 this season at AAA. This is third franchise of 2023. Takes the 1-1 on the corner, called a strike. 85-mile-an-hour breaking pitch. And McGreevy 1 pitch away from a 1-2-3 second inning and his 4th strikeout tonight. All 3 previous on swing and miss. 1-2. Tries to dot one on the corner and misses a slider at 86. He's challenged guys with fastballs late in counts so far. Let's see what he continues to do here after going breaking ball outside. 2-2. Slider is elevated right field. Over, in, moreover, Gomez makes the catch and another scoreless frame. Through an inning and a half, no score. McGreevy scoreless through 2, has his first 1-2-3. Redbirds to the plate, chance to score the game's first run here in the second inning. Jared Schuster, a 1-2-3 frame for him, old-fashioned, rather unorthodox 1-2-3 in the first. Leadoff single, ground ball, double play, then a strikeout. Yepes swings and misses at the first pitch. One of the nobody trashes Tennessee cleanup batter playing left field on this Saturday. Redbirds and Stripers. Next one in there for a strike as well. One 0 for 1 lifetime against Schuster. Jared, his second start. Make that his 3rd start against the Memphis Redbirds this season. One of them tremendous, the other one not so. Yepes fouls it away. Back in April at Coolray Field, 6 innings of 1-run baseball, struck out 8 and walked 3. 1-2 is that he's called strike 3. Yepes goes down looking at strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Schuster. 1 day in the first and 1 here to start the second inning. We're back on the 14th of July here at AutoZone Park. Schuster went just 2/3 of an inning. He allowed 8 runs, walked 2, and did not strike anybody out. Faces Moises Gomez here with 1 out, nobody on in the second. That is a hot shot on the ground. Diving stop made by Grissom. Gets up, throws, just not in time. Tremendous play by the shortstop Grissom, but he is holding his right hip. He slid to his knees, and on the throw, kind of got stuck in the ground behind second base. That was from the outfield grass. The slide took him from dirt to grass out there. And now the trainer is going to come out to look at him. Dan Gartner, the trainer for the Gwinnett Stripers. Second baseman Braden Shoemake had to leave the game earlier in this series after being hit by a pitch on the ankle. But now they look at his double play partner, the shortstop Vaughn Grissom. Kind of looking right groin area, right hip area. Guy with so much talent like him that has played some time at the major league level. I don't want to see a guy get hurt, especially around the hip/groin. Looks like he's going to be healthy enough to stay in this ball game. He continues to really work on that, stretch it out. Gomez reaches on the base hit, the Redbirds' second hit of this ball game. Now it's Juniel Caracuzo with 1 down and 1 on. 2 for 5 lifetime against Schuster. Driven in 53 this season, including a run last night out of the 7-hole. Line shot, left field, base hit. Gomez will stop at second. And back-to-back singles for the Memphis Redbirds here in the second inning with 1 out. A runner in scoring position for the first time tonight. First time for either team to have a runner at second base. That brings up Chase Pinder, tonight's 7-hole man, center fielder tonight. Back pick on Gomez. No, nobody covering second base on the throw from Trop. Shoemake had to get back there as it bounced past the second base bag. Little tapper back to Schuster could be. Throws it into the dirt. Bobbled by Shoemake. And as emphatically waved safe by the base runner Juniel Caracuzo. The bases are loaded. In the second inning, that should be an error on the pitcher Schuster. Could have been 2, instead it's none. Now it's Nick Raposo, the DH. His first action of this series. Field not going to play in for the Stripers here. Fastball misses upstairs. Fastball, changeup, and slider for Schuster. 43% fastball, sits right around 91 with that pitch. There's 1-0 to Raposo's up and away. Changeup 31% of the time. That's in the low 80s. And the slider in the mid 80s at 25% of the time. Single, E1, all with 1 out after the strikeout of Yepes began this inning. No score, bottom of the second inning. Redbirds and Stripers. And the 2-0 pitch is outside. Nowhere to put him here. Gomez runs at third, Karakuto at second, and Pender at first base. Also takes a strike on the 3-0. That's fouled away. Full count. Went with the slider that time. Redbirds giving Nick Dunn and Matt Kaperniak days off from the lineup tonight. Moving Lopez off the bench as well. In addition, Trace Pereira, the catcher. 3-2, line down the left field line. That's a foul ball. Called by home plate umpire Dylan Wilson. He was a mile out of position there. A ball that looked fair down that line, but called foul. Not a massive protest from Ben Johnson, but that ball was clubbed almost into the corner. Everybody back where they were. That would have been a 2-0 Memphis Redbirds lead. Likely a chance at 3-0 with Pender running at first. Another 3-2. Another foul ball off the bat of Nick Raposo. 8-hole man, the designated hitter for the Memphis Redbirds tonight. Three-two pitch from the left-handed Schuster. Another one fought off by Raposo. The battle continues. Full count pitch. On the ground toward Grissom, could be. Shoemake return throw to first. Raposo beats it out. Karakuto tries to score. From second, he's thrown out. Redbirds do take the lead on the RBI fielder's choice of Raposo. Run cut down at the plate. Redbirds grab the lead on an RBI fielder's choice off the bat of Nick Raposo in the second inning. And take that 1-0 lead here to the third. Michael McGreevy on the mound. 3 strikeouts so far through 2. Allowed 1 base runner. And fires one inside that misses the zone to Daniel Robertson, the third baseman, batting 8th. One run on 2 hits and 1 error. Back in that second inning for the Redbirds, Junio Karakuto thrown out at the plate, trying to make it a 2-0 game on that fielder's choice. Good hustle down the line gives Raposo the RBI on what could have been a double play. So 1 pitch misses low and a bit away. 3-1. Right, 9-1 due up for the Stripers here in the inning. Good pitch there. Top of the zone is strike. Full count. That's Anthony. He's called strike 3. That'll be challenged though by Daniel Robertson. First challenge of this ball game. Home plate umpire Dylan Wilson. Look up to the video board. Entire baseball in the strike zone. That's strike 3 and 4 strikeouts for Michael McGreevy.
The challenge is confirmed, and it is a strike.
Neris Sierra. 9-hole man, good speed. And in center field tonight takes strike 1 on a curveball at the knees. McGreevy is absolutely dealing so far. Got his first win in 4 starts last time out. That was at Charlotte. 6 innings, 5-run baseball, 10 hits, 7 strikeouts. Did not walk anybody. Breaking ball misses low and in. 2 balls and a strike. That lost 3 consecutive starts. Got his team-leading 8th win. Ground ball towards second. Sidearm toss from Jose Fermin to first in time for the out. 2 up and 2 down against McGreevy. And 7 in a row retired by the right-handed pitcher. Braden Shoemake, second baseman now. Struck out swinging to begin the ball game. Sees McGreevy for a second time and takes a strike at the knees at 93. And the air out toward left. It's pretty deep. Yepez is there. He's going to backtrack onto the warning track and make the catch. Another 3 up, 3 down for McGreevy. 1 more than the minimum through 3 for the right-hander. Birds look to add on to their 1-0 lead after this on Valley Live. Kramer Robertson leads off the bottom of the 3rd inning here for the Redbirds. Robertson, the 9-hole man, 2 for 9 lifetime against the left-handed pitcher Schuster. Jarrett allowed his first run of the ball game in the 2nd inning. 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error. The error was his own, a throwing error to the second baseman Shoemake. What could have been a 1-4-3 double play to end the inning. Instead, he did not get anybody out. The bases were loaded and a run later scored. Kramer walked twice last night. Sprays that one fair down the right field line. He can run. It's going to be sprinted and picked up by Park. He turns around, throws to second, and good slide from Kramer, but not in time to be safe. Great throw. Park throws him out. Tag from Grissom. And a single turns into an out on the base paths. A second base running blunder of this ball game for Memphis. Another out on the base paths. Robertson will get credit for a single, the 4th base hit for Memphis tonight. One of those, Jose Fermin at the plate now. Baseman for the no strikes the count on the Memphis Redbirds second baseman. Fermin hitting .203 at AAA coming in to this ball game. Takes the 3-0 on the corner, called a strike. Redbirds and Stripers here yet again at AutoZone Park. Game 5 of this 6-game series. 3-1 pitch. That's on the corner. It's been a fairly wide strike zone tonight from Dylan Wilson. Nothing too egregious though. He's been challenged just once and the challenge held up his call. That one will miss outside for ball 4. Fermin will take his walk, a 1-out walk, and the first walk of the ball game issued by Schuster. 3-2. We'll have to wait a bit more for the first pitch as they check on Fermin over there. Slaps that one fair down the left field line. That's going to get to the corner. Guthrie misread the bounce. Fermin going to try to score from first. Relay throw in from Grissom. It is not in time. On to third goes Prieto. A run-scoring double, advances to third on the throw, and the Redbirds up 2-0 here in the third inning. Single walk-in single to start this inning for the Memphis Redbirds. Another RBI for Cesar, his 33rd at AAA this year, doubles the Redbirds' lead. Now it's Ivan Herrera, the three-hole man, still just one out in this inning. Infield will play in. Fastball is up and away. Herrera takes a strike. Ivan down looking. Back in the first. That ended the frame. Lines that one right back to Schuster. Somehow snagged it, throws to first, and that's the second out. Absolutely tagged that off the bat. 95 right back up the box. But it's out number 2, and Fermin holds it third. Good base running there from Jose to freeze on that ball up the middle. If that gets through, he'll score easily. Now it's Juan Yepes will need a base hit to send the Redbirds lead even further. That's thrown away. Yepes in left field, started the second inning, went down looking on strikes. Swing and miss, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice one up and away. Good stop on a pitch in the dirt by Chadwick Trump. Redbirds have already added a run in this inning. Run scoring double from Cesar Prieto. Advanced to third on the throw. He still runs there. 3-1 pitch with 2 out, and Yepes at the plate. Here it comes. That's outside. And ball 4. Second walk of this inning. At the corners now for Moises Gomez. A single and a run scored for him last inning. Brief mound visit here for Chadwick Trump. Gomez again last night was 2 for 5. Singled in the 6th, singled in the 10th. Has singled already tonight. Right side of the infield wide open, swings and misses. That was the great play from Vaughn Grissom up the middle, slid to his left. Trying to throw out Gomez, but couldn't. Came up a little ginger on that right leg, but Grissom has since stayed in the ball game. 0-1 pitch to Moises. That one is on the ground toward third, charging Roberts inside arm throw in time for the final out of this third inning. Redbirds score on a Cesar Prieto double down the left field line. Makes it 2-0 after 3. Here in the top of the fourth inning, it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for Vaughn Grissom here. Elmer Sanchez will grab the bat left side. It's McGreevy and takes a strike. We mentioned during the Gomez plate appearance in last inning that Grissom kind of injured himself. Back in the second. Now comes out of the ball game. Sanchez comes up empty, and that's strike 3. Another strikeout for Michael McGreevy. Now 5 strikeouts through 3 1/3. Over halfway to his season high of 9. He struck out 9 just once this season, and on a quest to do that again here tonight. So far, the right-handed pitcher has thrown 52 pitches through 3 1/3. It's faced one more than the minimum. Only 2 baseballs have left the infield. A pop out to the shortstop Robertson and a fly out to left. 2-0 count on Jesus Aguilar. He swung and missed at strike 3 back in the first inning. The second of 2 strikeouts in that frame for the right-hander. Oxen fires and delivers one low and away. Next pitch misses low and away. That's ball 4. As Aguilar takes his walk. Not a stranger to taking his walks. The first walk issued, though, of McGreevy tonight. Next pitch to drop on the corner for a strike. Chadwick, the catcher. 0-2 count. Bounced out to the shortstop Kramer Robertson and the first inning. Redbirds lead 2-0. A run in the second and a run in the third. Full shift on the right-handed hitter. That's in the dirt. Good backhand stop by Herrera to hold Aguilar at first base. Would have to get pretty far away from Ivan Herrera for Aguilar to have any interest in advancing to second base. That one is in the air, right center field. Long run for center fielder Chase Pinder. He's going to settle under it though and make the catch. Second out of this fourth. Retreating back to first base goes Aguilar.
Number 36, Drew Lubeck.
Drew Lugbauer now struck out swinging in the second inning. Was the leadoff batter in that frame. Oh, a big foul off the mask of Ivan Herrera. His 2-part mask and helmet explodes, comes apart. Looks like he's good though. Immediately puts it back together. Dylan Wilson will give him some extra time. Dusts off home plate. one pitch. Swing and miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Strikeout to lead off this inning to Yomer Sanchez, pinch hitter. That's going to miss outside. 5 strikeouts tonight for Michael McGreevy. Has 1 walk. That came in this inning. Still running at first base is Jesus Aguilar. Held on by Junio Caracuto. Slight pull shift on the left-handed hitting Drew Lugbauer. 1-2 is upstairs. Lugbauer swung and missed at strike 3 on a fastball upstairs in his most recent plate appearance. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Redbirds lead 2-0 here, top 4. Pitch, check swing, appeal, and he went around, says Robert Nunez. Third base umpire was behind the mound. Awkward angle, but rings him up to end the inning. 6th strikeout for McGreevy. He's through 4, all scoreless. 2-0 Memphis. Junio Caracuto leads things off for the Memphis Redbirds. Bottom 4. 2-0 Memphis. A run in the second and a run in the third. Alex Coyle with you here on Valley Live. Appreciate you joining us on this Saturday night. Just about 1 hour into this ball game. He takes one upstairs, 2-0. Still Jared Schuster on the mound, the left-handed pitcher for the Gwinnett Stripers. 2 runs on 5 hits allowed for the lefty as his 2-0 pitch fouled away. He has struck out 2, he has walked 1. Allowed a run on 2 hits in last inning. 3-1 now on Caracuto as that one misses wide. On the ground toward third, right by the bag. Backhand stop by third baseman Robertson. Throws to first in time. Defensive alignment has shifted a little bit. Remember, Vaughn Grissom came out of the game, was pinch hit for by Sanchez. He will now play second base, and Shoemake, the second baseman, moves over to play short. Pender in there takes a strike, 0-1. Pender reached on an error on the pitcher, Schuster. Fielder's choice, E1. That was. Oh, 0-2 count on Chase. 2 strikeouts so far for the lefty. 0-2. That misses outside. We've had 1 challenge tonight. That was the Stripers back in the 3rd inning. And that challenge held up the call of Dylan Wilson. Excuse me. One misses up and away. Chase Pender, the outfielder out of Clemson. A big home run a couple nights ago. 2-run shot to tie the game back on Thursday. Redbirds ended up dropping that one in extras. The home run came in the bottom of the 8th. 3-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. It's ball 4 from 0-2 to a walk, and Chase Pender reaches yet again.
Next, up to bat for the Memphis Redbirds, number 75, Nick Raposo.
Now it's Nick Raposo reached on a fielder's choice, was given an RBI on that play. As Moises Gomez came in to score the game's first run. Memphis has since added 1. That was last inning. Runner at first and 1 down. Pitch is low. Some roster moves that affect the Memphis Redbirds. Last couple nights. First yesterday, Jake Woodford was optioned. So that's fouled off. Meanwhile, Ryan Helsley was activated, as was Lars Nootbaar. activated by St. Louis, coming off their Major League rehab assignments. And today, newly claimed Michael Ciani has been optioned to the Memphis Redbirds. Claimed off waivers from Cincinnati. An option today. Line drive, deep right center field. Sprinting over is Hoyt Park. He's going to reach up and make the catch. Hard fly ball out to right, ends in it out. Raposo has hit the ball hard twice. Is 0 for 2, but does have an RBI. That was Kramer Robertson. He singled down the right field line in the third, but he was thrown out by Hoyt Park on a really nice play to cut the ball off before it went into the corner. A pirouette and threw a strike. Devon Grissom, who at the time was playing shortstop and was covering the bag. That led off the third inning. That's with Pinder at first base. Takes one low. Chase so far this year, he has 5 stolen bases at AAA. They'll check on Chase at first, being held on by Drew Lugbauer. Gets back safely. Kramer, the right-handed hitting shortstop tonight out of LSU. One-0 pitch with 2 outs. Pinder takes off. Pitch is called a ball. Throw is down and not in time. Chase Pinder, stolen base number 6, gets into scoring position with 2 out. Redbirds steal their second base here in game number 2 of September. They did not run a ton in the month of August. They ran a ton the first 2 months of the year, not much since. Just 11 steals for the Redbirds in August, 2 already here in September. Kramer takes another one low. It's 3-0. 1 walk in this inning. That allowed Pinder to reach. And misses upstairs. Kramer Robertson will reach here. Second walk of the inning, and back to the top of the order we go. Jose Fermin. Fermin singled in the first, walked and scored back last inning. First and second, 2 down. 2 walks in the inning. First pitch strike. Change up at 83. Pinder runs at second. Walked in, stole a base. Robertson behind him at first. He walked. Ground ball towards short. Shoemake goes the short way. Sanchez covering second. And that ends the inning. 6-4 put out to end the fourth. 2-0 Memphis after 4. He struck out 6. Season high again is 9 this year. First pitch is a strike on the corner to Hoyt Park. Those 9 strikeouts came in a start at Jacksonville back in June. He struck out 8 once. This is the second time he struck out 6. He struck out 6 or more just 4 times all year. Coming in. Of course, last time out he struck out 7 batters. That was at Charlotte. Struggled in the month of August, went 1-3 with the ERA over 7.5, but so far a very solid start to start the month of September, the final month of this 2023 season. Just 7 home games remain on the 2023 slate. 12 on the road. Breaking ball is smacked down the right field line and foul. Gonna bring the count full. Stripers have just 1 hit. They have walked once. There are only 2 base runners tonight. Quick windup, 3-2 in the air toward center field. Chase Pinder will trot over and make the catch for the first out of this 5th inning. Slightly more outs in the air than usual
Number 19, Dalton Guthrie.
for the Redbird starter. Just 2 outs on the ground in addition to his 6 Ks. That was the 4th fly to an outfielder. Also has a pop out to the shortstop, Kramer Robertson, in the mix. Dalton Guthrie at the plate now. Guthrie flying to right. That ended the 2nd inning. Still 2-0 Memphis. At the top of the 5th, 1-1 pitch called a strike. Next pitch called a strike. That would be strike 2, but he has challenged the pitch. 2nd challenge for the Gwinnett Stripers. And that one did indeed catch the knees, and Stripers are 0 for 2 in challenges tonight. They have 1 remaining the rest of the ball game. Next one low and away, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Memphis Redbirds and Gwinnett Stripers, the teams that saw each other most last year. Seeing each other for the 20th time of this 2023 season. Gwinnett with a 1-game advantage in that season total. Bouncing ball towards second for Mean. Bobbles the baseball, throws to first, and just barely in time to beat Dalton Guthrie, busting it down the line, trying to lunge and get the save call, but was beaten by a half step. And that's out number 2. No hits since the 1st inning. A 1-out single from Vaughn Grissom, the only base hit in this ball game for Gwinnett. McGreevy has been awesome tonight. 6 strikeouts through 4 2/3. Strike called on Daniel Robertson. Swings and misses at the next pitch. A good slider. Robertson was the other challenge in this game for the Stripers. He challenged strike 3. The entirety of the baseball was in the zone at the knees. 1 of 6 strikeouts. 80th pitch for McGreevy here is 0-2. Just missed outside, trying to go with the fastball. Hit 93 on the gun. Defense back with 2 outs, nobody on base. 1-2 pitch is fouled off the screen in front of the Gwinnett Stripers dugout. Once again tonight, fireworks post game. Pretty solid crowd given the factors. Of course, have University of Memphis first football game of the season a couple miles away. McGreevy strikes out Robertson on a slider. His 7th strikeout through 5 innings. He is not allowed to run. 2-0 halfway through this ball game here in Memphis. Cesar Prieto gave Memphis a 2-0 lead. Extended from 1-0 with an RBI double down the left field line his last time. Will come to the plate and lead off this 5th inning. Memphis 2, Stripers 0 through 4.5. Michael McGreevy dominant on the mound. Redbirds bats doing enough at the plate. 2 runs on 5 hits against Jared Schuster. 1 pitch is tapped foul down the first base line. Schuster has made 4 starts with the Atlanta Braves this season. Overall, he is 4-3 with a 5.26 ERA in those 10 starts. 0-2. Made his spot start in his most recent outing. Was at San Francisco last week. Was optioned before the series began. Makes his first start of this series on Saturday night. Check swing. Won't even appeal as he held back 2-2. Cesar Prieto, the batter, 1 for 2 tonight. Grounded into that double play in the first. On the ground and sees into center field. Cesar Prieto, another 2-hit night. 6th hit for Memphis. It's from Fermin, 2 from Prieto. 1 from Gomez, 1 from Caracuto, another from Kramer Robertson. Base hit in front of the 3-hole man, Ivan Herrera, 0 for 2 tonight. Herrera now 0 for 11 lifetime against Jared Schuster. Does have 1 walk against him. Former first-round pick. Schuster is out of Wake Forest back in 2020. First pitch to Ivan is low, a fastball at 90 miles an hour. Big swing and miss that time, 1-1. There is still with that average hovering right at 300 entering this plate appearance. It was at 302 at the start of play. They'll need a hit tonight to keep it above 300. On 1 pitch from Schuster, swings and misses, a big cut. 2 strikes. Herrera will use his timeout, looks over at Juan Yepes on deck, nods his head a little bit. Takes the helmet off, wipes off some sweat. Steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Back foot and right foot all the way back in the box, slightly open stance. Left-handed pitcher out of the stretch, 1-2 pitch. On the ground toward short. Shoemake finds the second baseman Sanchez. Throw off the back. Herrera avoids the tag, but they're going to say he goes out of the baseline to avoid the tag. And that is going to be an unconventional, to say the least, double play. Ben Johnson hot out of the third base coaching box to argue. He definitely avoided the tag of Lugbauer, but I'm not sure how you can call him out of the baseline there. He just did 1 slide step, as anybody would do, to try to avoid the tag. He did not really sway with his feet at all. Raul Moreno, the first base umpire, first waved that Lugbauer was off the bag, and then waved that Ivan Herrera was out of the baseline to confirm the double play. It was a slight double clutch from the second baseman Yolmer Sanchez. Throw was offline, but they get the double play anyway. 6-4-3. They've had 4 chances to turn 2, and they've only turned 2 of them. They're lucky to have that second. The throwing error from Schuster in the second inning. As that one's off the end of the bat toward the pitcher. He flips and throws it to first to end the inning. Redbirds go down in order in the 5th inning through 5. Birds lead 2-0. Once that one off of his body, he may have been out of the box. He is, and he's out. He was sprinting down the first base line, made contact barely in the box, 2 steps out, it hits him, and automatically out on the first pitch of this 6th inning. That'll help save some of the pitch count. That was just the 83rd pitch for Michael McGreevy, and he gets a gift there as we go back to the top of the order. Ivan Herrera will get the put out on that play. So he was the nearest player. One count now on Shoemake. He's 0 for 2. Strikeout and fly to left. Fastball is up and away. Gravy out of the windup is 2-1. Off the end of the bat, a rolling ground ball to the second baseman Fermin. Sidearm toss, a bit low to Caracuto, but he digs it out. Quick 2 up and 2 down. It'll be interesting to see if McGreevy can get Sanchez within the first 2 pitches, 2 or 3 pitches to say here. Keep his pitch count at or below 90. See if Ben Johnson lets him go out for the 7th inning. He has not allowed a hit since this spot in the order back in the first inning. That was Vaughn Grissom, but now it's Yolmer Sanchez. His second plate appearance begins with a strike. He struck out swinging back in the fourth. 0-1. Balls and a strike as the next two miss. That's a fly ball pretty deep to right off the end of the bat, though, as it's tracked down by Moises Gomez. Another 1-2-3 inning, 91 pitches, all scoreless through 6. We'll see if they give him one more. You'll have to wait. Coming up next, it's the bottom of the 6th inning. Redbirds have Moises Gomez to lead it off. 2-0 Memphis Redbirds, bottom of the 6th inning here at AutoZone Park in downtown Memphis, Tennessee. Moises Gomez will step to the plate and lead off this bottom of the 6th inning. It's still Jared Schuster out there on the mound. He's thrown 82 pitches through 5, allowed 2 runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Fastball is up and away to start the plate appearance. Gomez single in the second, ground out back in the third. It's a big cut and a miss on that pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. A good signal that Memphis possibly could keep Michael McGreevy in this ball game. The man that had started to throw at the end of last season is sat down. 2-1 is up and away. 3 balls and a strike to Moises Gomez. Again, McGreevy 91 pitches, scoreless through 6. Redbirds bullpen has struggled of late. Why not allow your starter to go one deeper? Fly ball out to left. A chance there for Guthrie, makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
And now on his way to bat, Memphis Redbirds, number 28, Daniel Caracuto.
McGreevy will face Aguilar, Trop, and Lugbauer if he does come back for the 7th. Those guys combined 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts and a walk. Antonio Caracuto at the plate, 1 out, nobody on. Left-hander Schuster out of the windup, fires 1 up and away. Memphis got their runs in the second and third innings. First one came in on a Nick Raposo RBI fielder's choice. Caracuto fouls 1 away. Next one in the third inning on a Cesar Prieto double down the left field line to bring home Jose Fermin. Caracuto takes a strike at the knees, 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out now. One-two pitch. Swing and miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for Schuster. A slider low and away, but gets the right-handed hitting Caracuto. Swing and miss. First strikeout since the second out of the first inning. And first strikeout via a swing and miss. Now Chase Pittner. Fielder's choice, walk and a stolen base. Takes one outside. Trop out of the crouch, sprints out to chat with his left-handed pitcher. Quick chat, already back heading toward home plate. Sees something in the delivery there. Wants to calm it down before it becomes a problem. 92 pitches, 52 strikes, 40 balls for Schuster. And the dirt backhand stop, 2-0. Pinder stolen base back in the fourth, his 6th stolen base of this 2023 season. That is on the corner, 2-1. On the ground toward third. Cut off, bobbled by Robertson. Throws to first, not in time. Chase Pender, the beneficiary of another error, reaches base, and the inning in the sixth will continue for Nick Repulso. Second error on the Stripers. Robertson activated last night from the developmental list, bobbles that baseball, tries to throw with the bare hand, and that throw was late. E5. The other error, throwing error on the pitcher, Jared Schuster, on a possible double play ball. Poso takes one low and away. Nick, an RBI fielder's choice to score the game's first run. Elevated right center field. Center fielder Sierra will make the play. And that ends the sixth inning. 2-0 Memphis through six. Let's see if McGreevy comes back out of the dugout. He does. And he will come out for the seventh inning. Back in a moment. Michael McGreevy continues his quest into the seventh inning, trying to tie a season high 7 innings pitched. Did that in 7 shutout innings back on July 30th. That was against the Iowa Cubs. Allowed 3 hits in that one. Has allowed just 1 hit and no runs here in this ball game. Pitching with the 2-0 lead. First pitch to Jesus Aguilar on the corner for strike 1. Aguilar tonight, a strikeout in the first and a walk back in the 4th inning. A lone walk against McGreevy as that's tapped foul. Herrera caught that one off the toe. He hops around halfway toward the Memphis dugout, turns around and goes back to the dirt. 7 strikeouts for McGreevy, tying the output that he had in his last outing in Charlotte. That was last Saturday, game 1 of the doubleheader. Right-handed pitcher Grant Black starts to get loose in the bullpen as McGreevy has reached 93 pitches. 0-2 is up and away. And the season high for McGreevy in pitch count 103 was in his start here at AutoZone Park against the Stripers back in May. His lone previous start against these Gwinnett Stripers. 1-2 pitch is low and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. You wonder how deep they'll let him go. He's been into the mid-90s in each of his last 5 appearances. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Aguilar down on strikes. And that is the 8th strikeout for Michael McGreevy. Keeps it rolling. 1 off a season high. Chadwick Trop now at the plate. Ground out to short, fly to center. Left-handed hitting Drew Lugbauer waiting on deck over to a 2Ks. First pitch swinging and fouling one out of play is Trop, the catcher. Trop with bright blue batting gloves. 0-1. Takes it up and away. 93. Velocity still there for Michael. Sits in the low 90s with that sinker slash fastball. Still working on a 1-hitter on this Saturday night. Anthony's a strike. That hit he allowed was the 2nd batter he faced tonight. He struck out Braden Shoemake to start the game and then allowed an infield single. 1-2. This is low and in. It was a clean play, so you can't have any official scorer go back and say, nah, he bobbled it slightly there. We're going to call it an error to take the hit off the board. But still, the dominance of McGreevy tonight. 2-2 pitch. Slapped down the right field line and hooks just foul. Neil Caracuto has been demonstrative in his umpiring practice. First baseman calls it foul. Just in case Raul Moreno needed any help. Gomez, the right fielder, picks it up, hands it to a fan. 101 pitches for the right-hander Michael McGreevy. Pitch number 102, the 2-2 to Trump. Peel, and he went around, says first base umpire Raul Moreno. That's the 9th strikeout. Will they let him go anymore? Ben Johnson conferring with Darwin Marrero. Do they want to let him go? Do they want to give him a chance at his season-high 10 strikeouts and 7 scoreless innings for the 2nd time this year? Ben Johnson goes back to his normal perch. Out of the windup. First pitch to Lugbauer is fouled away. Lugbauer is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts tonight. Trop and Aguilar have struck out in this inning. McGreevy can strike out the side. He gets 2 more strikes here in the at-bat. His fastball barely misses up and away. 1-1. No matter what, the last guy that McGreevy will face. 1-1. Swing and miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Michael McGreevy looking for double-digit strikeouts for the first time this season. His 1-2 pitch, line drive into left, base hit. The 2nd hit that McGreevy has allowed this season. A smirk on the face of him and Herrera. That's going to be it. And in a 2-0 ball game, the tying run is going to come to the plate. Ben Johnson out of the dugout. 107 the pitch count for Michael McGreevy. Allows 2 hits, strikes out 9. Just an outward phenomenal ball game from the right-handed pitcher. He'll get high fives from his entire infield. He'll hand the ball to his pitcher Ben Johnson, and a standing ovation from this AutoZone Park crowd. Park will bat here with the run at first base and 2 outs. Grant Black out of the bullpen in relief of a tremendous outing for Michael McGreevy, one of his best of the season. 1 out shy of his season high innings pitched. Does not allow a run so far. Is responsible for Drew Lugbauer, who runs at first base, as that's fouled away by Park. McGreevy goes 6 2/3 for the 2nd time this season. He's gone 6 or more in the last 3. 0-2 pitch, up and in. Redbirds lead just by 2, so that means Park is the tying run. 1 ball and 2 strikes on him. 2 strikeouts in the inning, both from McGreevy. 2 of his 9 tonight. Six 2/3, 2 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Now it's Grant Black. Last saw Grant back on Wednesday. Scoreless 2 innings. Now just 1 hit and struck out 3 in that appearance. He's allowed runs in 3 of his last 5 outings, though. ERA against the Stripers of 5.56 and 14 1/3. He's faced him a ton. This is 36th appearance of the year. That one's in the air, pretty deep out to center, but straight at the center fielder Chase Pinder. Redbirds pitching has combined for 7 shutout innings, and you can close the book on Michael McGreevy. 6 2/3 shutout baseball for him. Allows just 2 hits. Redbirds to the plate after the stretch at AutoZone Park. Gwinnett goes to the bullpen here before the beginning of the bottom of the 7th inning. Jackson Stevens fires the first pitch that misses upstairs. Stevens started the ball game in the series opener on Tuesday. 3 shutout innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch to Kramer, popped up behind home plate. That'll go out of play. Redbirds lead 2-0. Tremendous start from Michael McGreevy. 6 2/3 of shutout baseball. 2 hits, 9 strikeouts to tie a season high and 1 walk. That misses outside. Redbirds pitching has racked up the strikeouts. lately in the series as Kramer gets hit right on the front hip. He is now going to reach for the third time tonight. A single, a walk, and now a hit by pitch. And Kramer, with good speed aboard at first, will slightly limp down that first base line on a slight jog.
Now coming up to bat for the Memphis
13
Redbirds,
strikeouts for Memphis pitching last night, 16 the night before. They have 9 more here on this Saturday as Jose Fermin steps in. Fermin, a single, a walk, a run scored, and a ground out to short. The leadoff man in the order, right side of the infield wide open with Kramer being held on. Big back foot breaking ball is cut on and missed. Stevens this season 1-1 at 3.86 ERA, 19 2/3 innings here with AAA Gwinnett. A 1.27 whip. 0-1. Off the end of the bat, little flare out to right, Park in, makes the catch. First out of the 7th. Redbirds need some insurance.
Currently, the pitchers now for the Strikers on the 57.
Bullpen has struggled of late. They looked pretty good last night. 2 runs, just 1 earned, both coming in the 10th inning. They allowed a total of 6 runs back on Thursday. Another run allowed in Wednesday's win, and 4 runs allowed back on Tuesday. First pitch to Cesar Prieto misses low. And an RBI double, slapped down the left field line back in the 3rd inning, singled in the 5th. Another 2-hit night for him. Out of the 2-hole, playing third base. Stevens steps off, but he balks. Kramer Robertson into scoring position. I've not seen many balks this season, but already the 2nd of the series. A balk earlier on, I believe it was Libertor. I remember correctly. It did happen in the series opener against a Redbirds pitcher. Libertor expected to make another rehab start. Could be tomorrow, could be on the road trip for the Redbirds. Prieto takes his strike on a breaking pitch. Changeup. Ivan Herrera waiting on deck. An important insurance run. Scoring position. Swing and miss. Late on 92. 2-2. 1 out in the inning. A Jose Fermin fly to right. That followed Kramer Robertson leading off the frame, being hit by a pitch. Runs at second after the ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Stevens to Prieto. And that's a foul ball off the fist of Cesar. Would have been ball 3. Instead, it stays a 2-2 count. Two pitch to Cesar is up and away. Full. Fastball at 92, not even close. Stevens, the right-handed pitcher, 29-year-old from Oxford, Alabama. His 11th appearance for the Stripers. That one is tapped toward first. Lugbauer underhand toss to Stevens, covering the bag. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Robertson advances to 3rd. It's up to Ivan Herrera to bring in a run with 2 outs. 3-1 the put out. Herrera is 0 for 3. Strikeout in the 1st, ground out to the pitcher in the 3rd, and a 6-4-3 double play in the 5th. Average for the first time in a long time, under 300 entering this plate appearance at 299. On the ground toward 3rd, playable for Robertson. Daniel throws to 1st and ends the inning. Herrera grounds out to 3rd, ends the 7th. Still 2-0 Memphis as we head to the 8th. Grant Black got the final out of the 7th inning. Now pitching the top of the 8th inning here at AutoZone Park. Dalton Guthrie, Daniel Robertson, and Magneuris Sierra will do up here in the 8th. Fastball upstairs. 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Redbirds pitching, working on a shutout. 2-0 Memphis here at the top of the 8th. Have not had a run come in this game since the bottom of the 3rd. Just 2 hits for the Stripers as that one misses up and away. 1 in the 1st inning, 1 with 2 outs in the 7th. 6 2/3 shutout for Michael McGreevy. On the corner is strike. Dalton Guthrie at the plate is 0 for 2, flied to right and grounded to the second baseman Jose Fermin.
Bring a strike is challenged.
Pitch on the corner is strike, challenged by Guthrie. That one missed just out. Guthrie is now 1 for 2 in challenges. Gwinnett is now 1 for 3 overall. They still have their 1 remaining for the rest of this ball game. Still a 2-run game. The way the Redbirds have played, though, it's felt like they've been in control all along, but a bloop and a blast ties us up as that's fouled back. Full count. That's on the corner, called strike 3. He'll challenge it again. Guthrie is not happy. Let's see. That is on the corner, strike 3. Guthrie uses 3 of the 4 challenges used tonight by the Stripers. He's 1 for 3, and the Stripers have no more. 10th strikeout for Redbirds pitching. First for Grant Black, first out of the 8th. In a close game, that could loom large. Next pitch on the ground toward third. Prieto claps and throws. Prieto, that is. Throws to Karakuto. There's 2 down.
Next, up to bat for the Stripers.
Important quick out with Daniel Robertson at the plate. And now Sierra at the dish. Batting 9th. 0 for 2. A ground out to the second baseman, Jose Fermin. And then he bunted the ball off himself, but he was out of the batter's box when it hit him. He was called out and led off the 6th inning. Takes the first one up and away. Memphis 2, Stripers of Gwinnett nothing. Top 8, 2 down, nobody on. Foul ball, 1-1. Wind is howling in from center field. Temperature has dropped to a calm level with this humidity. Still very sticky. Fireworks following the ball game. Final time we will have fireworks in 2023. Line drive, shallow center field coming on, and making the catch is Chase Pinder. After 8 on the mound for the Redbirds, still have not given up a run. We go to the bottom of the 8th, looking for insurance. 2-0 Memphis. Just shy of the 2-hour mark of this baseball game, we reach the bottom of the 8th inning. Yes, under 2 hours through the first 7.5. Memphis leads 2-0. Juan Yepes takes a fastball up and in. Still Jackson Stevens out on the mound. Relieving Jared Schuster. That's a fly ball right center field and a base hit for Juan Yepes. He motors around first, a big turn. They're going to throw behind him, and he scampers back to the bag. Throw was offline.
And now coming up to bat, the Memphis Redbirds, number 30.
Leadoff base hit for the Redbirds, looking for some insurance. Anthony's for a strike. Moises Gomez the batter. Moises 1 for 3. Single ground down fly to left. Watches one low and away. 2-1 count now on Gomez. That's off the fist, 2-2. Stevens came in the 7th inning, hit a batter, balked, and a fly out and 2 outs on the ground. Memphis still leads 2-0. Breaking ball is up and in. Full count. Full count pitch rather to Gomez. Takes it on the corner for strike 3. Fourth strikeout for Gwinnett pitching. First for the reliever Jackson Stevens. Now Julio Caracuto. Caracuto 1 for 3, bats with 1 out, the runner at first base. Juan Yepez led off the inning with a single to right center field. Yepez now 1 for 3, on base for the second time. Stevens, right-handed pitcher, working out of the stretch. Chris Roycroft, the right-handed pitcher, getting loose out in the bullpen. Late on 93. Just a piece, but right back into the bed of the catcher, Chadwick Tromp. Redbirds have 2 runs on 7 hits. That's slapped the other way and foul. Q was thrown out at the plate back in the 2nd inning. Yepez dancing lead at first. 0-2, swing and miss. Challenged him fastball upstairs. Caracuto comes up empty. Back-to-back strikeouts for Stevens after the leadoff single for Yepez. 2 outs, still the runner at first, and it's Chase Pinder. Pinder now at the dish as the wind slightly changes direction. It's now blowing directly in from right field. And been directly in from center. Redbirds would love a ball in the gap to score an insurance run. That's a strike. It's 0-1. A fastball on the inside corner. Gwinnett has added 2 errors. One of those errors, a key one back in the 3rd. Potential double play ball was thrown away. Late swing and miss from Pinder on 93. That was just a late decision to swing. Now Stevens a batter away from striking out the side here. Swing and miss, strike 3. Uses the tailing action on the fastball. Strikes out 3 in a row after the Yepez single. We head to the 9th inning. Redbirds hanging on to a 2-0 lead. In comes Chris Roycroft. Redbirds need 3 outs to secure their 64th win of this 2023 season and 28th here at AutoZone Park on the final fireworks Saturday night baseball here in the Mid-South. First pitch, Shoemake takes one outside. Redbirds have not scored since the 3rd inning. Stripers have not scored at all. Top of the Stripers order, Chris Roycroft on the mound. On the ground towards second. Fermin around the baseball. Sidearm throw in time. 1 out, nobody on in this 9th inning. Important part in this frame, keep that tying run on deck. Do not want to see it come to the plate. Homer Sanchez 0 for 2 off the bench. Powers that one toward left center field. Will it hold? onto the warning track, and Pinder makes the catch. Stripers down to their final out. 2 hours and 4 minutes into this game. The utter dominance of Michael McGreevy on the mound set the tone for this Memphis Redbirds ball club. And in the way of the shutout is Jesus Aguilar. 2 strikeouts and a walk tonight. Roycroft out of the stretch. His pitch misses low and in. Aguilar, the designated hitter and the 3 spot tonight. Takes that one at the knees for a strike. 1-1 count. 96 on the fastball from the right-handed reliever. Roycroft trying to nail down a save. 0 for 2 in save situations this year. Is 1-1. Tapped foul. Redbirds as a team in save situations this season. They are 2 for 43. They're 1 strike away from getting a save here. 1-2 pitch. Swing and miss, strike 3. And the Redbirds have pitched a shutout. In 2 hours and 6 minutes, the Memphis Redbirds take game 5 of this series. 2-0 the final score. Michael McGreevy gets the win, his team-leading 9th win of the season. 6 2/3 of shutout baseball. He strikes out 9. Memphis improves to 64 and 67. Stripers fall to 60 and 69 on this 2023 season. Memphis Redbirds victors on this ball game and look to get this series split clinching win tomorrow afternoon. A 2:05 first pitch. We'll have pregame show right here on Valley Live starting at 2 o'clock. Fireworks next here at AutoZone Park. With that, for our entire crew here at the ballpark, Alex Coyle saying see you tomorrow afternoon.